చెప్పు.
Welcome, children. Welcome to the grammar class. Today's topic is agreement of the verb with the subject. If a finite verb agrees with its subject in number and person, as I am wrong, the cat runs fast, we know him well, you look ill, the peon cycles to office, he's a scoundrel. Error of proximity. Sometimes the verb is made to agree in number with a noun other than its proper subject because the noun stands near it. This should be avoided. For example, the state of affairs is due to cause, is sure to cause him anxiety. We use is here. We don't use are. The state of affairs are because affairs seems to be plural. So we use are. If it is singular, we use is. That's what we know. So it seems to be affairs means it seems to be plural. So we may make a mistake using are. That's not correct. A course of lectures was arranged, not were arranged. The introduction of reforms was not liked by the aristocracy. Reforms is there, no? So don't take it as plural there. We use was and not were. Two or more singular nouns or pronouns joined by and require a plural verb, as Ajit and I are great friends. Here we find there are two or more singular nouns. Ajit is one noun, I is another noun. Both are joined by and then the verb we take here is are. You have to keep this in mind. Are not your father and mother out of town? Your father, mother, they are two nouns. They are joined by and we use are there. See, is not your father and mother out of town? We don't say like that. Are not. The man and woman were determined to leave the village. We use the word were, we don't use was. A carpenter and a blacksmith live in our street. A carpenter and a blacksmith live. Live, lives. Here we have to keep one thing in mind. When it comes to nouns, we add s to make it plural. But in a verb, when we add s, it becomes singular. Is it clear? Shall I give another example? See, for example, carpenter is there. Carpenter, carpenters. Blacksmith, blacksmiths. We add s to make it plural. But if you take the word live, live is a verb. A carpenter and a blacksmith. If we add s there to the word live, to the verb live, it becomes singular. Here, live is plural, plural verb. A carpenter and a blacksmith live here, live in our street. When you add s, you have to say a carpenter and a blacksmith lives here. No, that is not correct because lives is a singular verb. 2 and 2 make 4. There also you see 2 and 2. Both are joined with the word and here they also take plural verb. But if two nouns are joined by and refer to the same person or thing or suggest one idea to the mind, the verb is singular. Disraeli, the statesman and novelist, is dead. Here, all these Disraeli, the statesman, novelist, all refer to one person. So we use the verb is there. My friend and patron is not at home. Friend and patron refers to same person. So we use is. The horse and carriage is ready. Horse and carriage is taken together. So singular. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady, they are two nouns joined by and they refer to one single thing. Bread and butter is wholesome. Eggs and bacon is his favorite breakfast dish. Curry and rice was my favorite dish. So both are taken together. In such case, we use the verb singular, and those are the examples we have seen. When a singular nominative, noun or pronoun, is joined to another noun or pronoun by, with, as well as, besides, and not, together with, no less than, and other similar expressions, the verb is singular. The shop with its contents was burnt down. See, the shop here is joined to another noun or pronoun with, by with, as well as, besides, and not, together with, no less than. Then the verb is singular. You see, was burnt. The ship with its crew was saved. Silver as well as gold is a precious metal. The father as well as the son is industrious. They're joined with as well as two nouns, father, son. And what is the verb there? Is. We don't say are. He no less guilty. He no less than you is guilty. Means he is guilty no less than you are guilty. It means no one besides Sohan knows it. Kiran and not you has won the prize. Harish, together with his friends, was present. When two subjects are joined by as well as, the verb agrees in number and person with the first one. For example, my comrades as well as I myself were divided, were invited by the chief to the tribe. He as well as they was present. If it is they, if it has to agree with they, it should be they were present. But that was should agree with he. What does it what does the note say? When two subjects are joined by as well as, the verb agrees with the number and person with the first one. What is the first one in this sentence? He. He and they are joined with the words as well as, the phrase as well as, isn't it? So this here the verb should agree with he. So he was present. If it is they were present, it should be. But here it has to agree with he. That's why it's like that. Two or more nouns or pronouns in the singular connected by or not take a singular verb. Like either the cat or the dog has been here. Two or more nouns or pronouns in the singular connected by or not. See, nor, or nor, not, or nor. See, either the cat or the dog. They take a singular verb. That's why has is used. Neither Harish nor his brother. Again, is used. We are not supposed to use are there. Is to blame. But when one of the subjects joined by or nor is plural, the verb must be plural and the plural subject should be placed nearest the verb. the farmer or his sons plow the fields. Farmer is one noun, one subject, his sons. They both are joined by or. Here, sons is plural. So, plow the field. Plow is a verb. So, the subject should be placed nearest the verb. The plural subject should be placed nearest the verb. So, farmer is plural or sons is plural? Sons is plural. So, sons is placed near the plow. You can say that, can we say his sons or the sons or the farmer plows the field? Can we say something like that? No. Here it should be the farmer or his sons plow the field. Because you see, the farmer, his sons, farmer and sons. Farmer is singular, sons is plural. So in this, whatever is plural should be placed near the verb. So plow is the verb. So sons is placed near the plural verb. Neither the old man nor his sons are prepared to sell the cow. See here, the old man, his sons. So this prepared, R is to be, R should agree with sons. That is the rule here. When the subjects joined by or nor are of different persons, the verb agrees with the nearer. Neither you nor I am here. You and I are subjects. They are in different persons, isn't it? So the verb will agree with the nearest one. What is the nearest one? I is there. With I, you don't say I is here. I am here. Another, let us take another one. Either he or you are to blame. He and you. With you is to blame, you is to blame, you can't say, isn't it? You are. You take plural there. So the verb should agree with the nearest one. Neither you nor he is to blame. You see the difference between the previous sentence and this one. When this he comes this side, he is to blame. When you is there the other side, you are to blame. So it should agree with the, when two subjects are joined by or nor, which are of different persons, the verb near to it should agree with that. Neither he nor they are mistaken. A singular verb follows many, each, every, everyone, anybody, either, neither, no one, nobody, as. Many a man has ruined his life for want of a good guide. A is used, see, after many, A. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen. Many a man does not know his own interests. Each of the boys was given a pen. Every one of the hotels is full. Either of the candidates has stolen the book. Neither of the two plans was approved. You see, they all take singular verbs. When two nouns are qualified by each or every, although connected by and, they require a singular verb. Every boy and every girl was given a silver medal. They are qualified by every here, each or every. Some nouns are plural, which are plural in form but singular in meaning. Take a singular verb. News, it looks plural, but it takes singular verb. The wages of sin is death. Mathematics. At the end of these words, these nouns, you have s. So they seem to be plural. But we use a singular verb. These days, wages is treated as plural. So wages are rising also is correct. when it is said like that. A collective noun takes a singular verb and the collection is thought of as one whole. Plural verb when the individuals of which it is composed are thought of as, for example, here, the mob is taken as a single body. So we use the verb has gathered quickly. The mob, individuals of the mob, were scattered in all directions. So, what is your intention when you're speaking? Based on that, you have to make the changes. The jury, members of the jury were divided. The jury, when it is taken as one body, selected its chairman. The government has introduced a bill. The government were hopelessly undecided. A number of patriots have been imprisoned. Now, when the plural noun is a proper name for some single object or some collective unit, it requires a singular verb. For example, Gulliver's Travel was written by Swift. It's actually a plural noun. It's a proper name of some book. Thrice Told Tales is an interesting book. It looks like a plural noun, but it is a proper noun of something. The United States has a president. It looks plural, but it's taken together here. So, as one entity. When a plural noun denotes some particular amount or quality considered as a whole, the verb is usually singular, as 100 paisa is equal to 1 rupee. Plural noun denotes some particular amount, 75,000 rupees. It's considered as whole, one amount. So, although it is 75,000 rupees, is a large sum to earn. 10 miles is a long distance to cover in an hour. 10 miles, although it is plural noun, it is taken as one amount, one thing together, one quantity. So we use singular verb, is. Some nouns which are singular in form but plural in meaning, take a plural verb. 6 dozen cost only 10 rupees. Dozen is a plural. They look singular, but the meaning is plural there. So it takes a plural verb, cost. Means takes a singular or plural verb depending on whether it is singular or plural. Pains, when it means care or effort, is generally followed by a plural verb. Another means of communication is television. Here it is taken as singular. All possible means have been tried to bring about a compromise. It's taken as plural. Great pains have been taken in this matter. It's taken as plural. Much pains is being taken. It's taken as singular here. None should be used in the singular, but popular usage accept the plural also. None of his poems are read now. Plural. Was there any letter for me? There was none for you. Singular. Are there any pens in the box? There are none. None of these facts are true. So in this way, we find that here none should be used in a singular, but plural also is accepted. In denials, for person, no one is used as singular, none as plural. Is there anybody in the room? No, there is none, no one. Are there any boys in the room? No, there are none. So do you see the difference? No one is used for singular, none is used for plural. So that you have to keep in mind. You have to learn these thoroughly, try to understand. This will help you to write or to form the sentences better. Where to use is, where to use was, the singular verb, plural verb, what should be done. Those things you can take more care. That's all for today, children. Bye.